Hello and welcome. I'm Kendra from KendraLosee.com, and you've tuned in to the Invisible to Invincible podcast, where passionately driven business owners, marketers, branding experts share their journey from hidden gem to industry leader. Together, we'll uncover the secrets, mental shifts, and business strategies that turn these hidden gems into undeniable forces. Hit that subscribe button and let's dive in. You've made it. You're here. You are here for the very first episode of Invisible to Invincible podcast. I am so excited you're here. This has been coming for a while. I've been working on this for longer than I would care to admit. And I think that's part of what I want to talk to you about today, is because I want to talk to you about creating the importance of really creating that authority platform, creating that one thing that you can use to start sharing your perspective, to start sharing your opinion. People pay for your perspective, not for perfection. And I think that's really important for us to remember. I've been talking to a lot of business owners lately, and a lot of entrepreneurs, business owners, and even executives, and everyone seems tired. Everyone over a certain age seems exhausted and tired, and honestly, if we're being totally honest here, overwhelmed and a little bit like a frazzled misfit. Person after person that I've talked to is used to being unapologetically driven. They're a high achiever. They've accomplished all of these amazing things in their career, and now they're sitting there safe and quiet because they're worried about getting laid off. Is that you? Does that sound like you? Does that sound like anyone you know? Because it seems to be the theme with people over a certain age, seasoned professionals, I hate that word, but seasoned professionals. People who might remember recording songs off the radio with a tape deck. Is that better? Does that fit you a little more closely? Today, I want to talk about really creating that voice of authority, creating that platform, finding that thing that you can do and do it regularly and somewhat even consistently to start to create your personal brand. You want to know my story? Here's one part of it. I've been laid off 6 times. Six times. That is this many times. Six times. I've been laid off 6 times throughout my career. And let me tell you, the only way that gets easier is because I know what to expect and I know how to do it. There was one of my jobs where I got laid off and I was helping the HR person figure out how to go through the process because I'd been through it so many times. Now, no one wants to be that. No one wants to be in that position. But here's the secret. Every time I've been laid off, every single time I was laid off, I made the most of it. 90% of the time I reassessed what I was doing, where I wanted to be, and how I could get there. What's important to me? What's aligned with my values? Are my values to continue to help companies sell more diamonds, or companies like budget rent more cars? Or are my values more about helping people better their lives? That's when I switched to higher education. I was Associate Vice Chancellor of Marketing for one of California's largest private nonprofit university for 8 years. I quadrupled their marketing budget based on results. And when I left there, I was exhausted, burnt out, my health was failing, and I was so stressed and overwhelmed, I gave myself a demotion so I can work at an easier pace. And I needed it. But now, when I got laid off the last 2 times, I finally realized it was time for me to start my own business. You can only avoid the universe telling you 6 times that you should start your own business before you actually listen. Hopefully you, if you're listening and considering starting your own business, hopefully you don't need 6 times getting laid off before you actually listen. But here's what I've learned during that time. And this is the important part that has really become this cornerstone of what I'm doing now. Had I made myself a priority during that time, and had I worked hard to create a personal brand for myself, it would have been easy to pivot out of one job and into the next. But because I'd given everything to my business as the places where I worked, my employers who then laid me off without a second thought often, I didn't have that luxury. I hadn't made time for myself to network, to connect with people, to build a community for myself, to show up and share my opinion and share my perspective and share my wins. Honestly, here's what I've accomplished. Here's what you can do. Here's my advice. I had done none of that. Anytime I was on social media, it was for research. It was how to do this better, how to help the university or this client or that client do it better. And so that is what this podcast is about, to help you stop hiding from behind your business. Whether you're an executive, a business owner, entrepreneur, coach, whatever you're calling yourself, I'm here to help you step out from in those shadows of your business and step into that spotlight. Step into that place where you can become the expert, where if something happens to your career, your business, whatever that might be, you have the power and the control to manage it. You have the community and you've taken the time to really make it stand out. You can do this. And a lot of times it starts with figuring out where you want to show up. Where and how do you want to show up? So let's talk about your authority and building that authority and what that looks like when you show up, okay? Let's talk about it. All right, so the first thing is your authority matters, and you often want to have an authority platform. Whatever you want to call it, you want to have it. Okay, so here are my tips to create your authority platform. First, number one, you want to make a list of what you enjoy doing. What is it you like to do? Do you like to write? Do you like to show up in video? Do you like interviewing people? Do you like talking a lot? How do you best communicate your ideas? How do you best show up? Blog posts, social media, building communities. There's so many different options, but ultimately it comes down to where do you like to be and where are the people who you like to talk to that you want to connect with? Where are they? What are they paying attention to? A lot of times I hear people say, okay, they like writing. Great. Now, who are you going to be talking to? Who are you going to be writing for? What are you going to be doing? How are you going to show up? Those are some really important questions, and you want to give some time to think about them, because automatically people usually say no to video, and automatically that's usually where you need to be. But for some people, they're amazing writers and they don't do video well yet. And so blog posts and sharing ideas and sharing their ideas in writing, creating LinkedIn articles, creating a LinkedIn newsletter, creating a newsletter, period. A lot of people, that's where they show up best. And when you're building your personal brand, you want to show up as your best, and you want to show up in one place. So maybe what you do is start by writing. Maybe what you do is just go live. Maybe what you do is start responding to other people's questions first. Help give advice in places where you can first, and then sharing. But the key is that you start showing up. And then, you figure out how you're going to show up. 2, you figure out where you're going to show up. You don't have to be everywhere. I had somebody say that they see me everywhere and then I'm showing up everywhere. And you know what? Don't do that. I'll tell you right now, don't do that. I have my key platforms. I'm testing some out. I am doing what I can to show up where I think I need to, but also I take time to do that so I can learn, so I can best help my clients. No one wants to talk to someone about going live on TikTok and about using TikTok if they don't know how to use it. No one wants to show about going live on YouTube if they've never done it before. But whatever you pick to start with, 1, no, you don't have to stay there. Just start it, get good at it, and do it for a while. 2, you're not going to just keep that one platform. And 3, don't be afraid to try something new after you've done that for a while. So if you pick blogging or writing articles and then you decide, I think I'm ready for video, you can go into video, but don't start with something big that's going to hold you back. If you want to start with a podcast, but it's going to take you a year to do it, don't do it. Don't do what I did, which was talk about it for 6 months and then actually do it. Granted, I had some health stuff going on, but I've been talking about this podcast. You guys, on my whiteboard behind me over there is a podcast map because I outlined this almost a year ago. And it took me this long to get to it for several reasons, most of them health related. But don't do that. Pick something small and show up. Because I didn't just say, okay, I'm going to do this podcast. What else I did? I went live every day in July on Instagram. I went live in September on LinkedIn and Instagram. I tested out different things. I went live in the spring for about 10 times through over the course of a month to test it out and to see what's working and what's not working, how I can best show up. So I didn't just procrastinate this podcast and sit quietly and not do anything else. I tested all these different avenues to figure out what I wanted to do and make sure I really wanted to do this podcast, because I knew once it started, it was going to last. It's not stopping. I've already been through this. I already did a live show, and that live show lasted for 4 years. I had to pause it. I had to slow it down over time. Some years or at some points in time. But you know what? I had over 75 episodes during that time period, and it was amazing. I absolutely loved it. And that is how I knew I'd found my platform. So what is it that you love, that you want to use to share your opinion, your perspective, to share with your audience, to better connect with your audience, and to help share who you are? And we'll talk more about that. But really, you can find that spot. And it just starts with commenting on other people's stuff, creating some posts. You want to do something easy because you want to think about what you want to talk about. What are the things that you get that make you so just angry when you see? What is it you love when you see? What mistake are you seeing people make? What thing are you seeing people do right time and time again, and you wish more people would do it? What are the top questions that you wish people would ask you? What are the top questions people ask you? There are so many places for ideas, and that's not even counting AI. That's not even counting asking AI for ideas and for tips and for lists of things you could talk about. That's just starting with yourself and your experiences. You want to make sure you are a fit, that the platform, whatever authority platform you choose to show up in, to start building your intentional personal brand. You want to make sure that platform is a fit for you and your audience. If you're going on TikTok and your audience is business professionals, you might struggle a little bit. You might not, but you're going to have an easier time around LinkedIn, a platform that was made for it, right? So think about those things as you're looking at what your platform is and what you say and how you show up. And then you can start to think about how you show up, what you talk about, what stories you tell about yourself, and what that can look like. But really, you want to start out by understanding what platform you want to do, how you want to show up, and start taking those steps. I know, especially this time of year, people are feeling overwhelmed and frazzled and burnt out and tired. I hear it from business owners all the time, but it doesn't have to be that way. And momentum and action build on each other. So if you take a baby step, if you take one small thing, what's one small thing you can do to help you start changing the course of your brand, of how you show up, of who you are? What's that one thing you can do? Is it respond to somebody? Is it comment on a couple people's posts? Is it ask somebody to coffee or to connect with them? Is it creating a video talking about what you know? Talking about a story that happened to you that you think someone else can learn from? What is the step you're going to take? I'd love to hear about it. Feel free to jump on and send me an email and tell me about it. But the key is to get started. And the key is not to wait till the new year. The key is to start now. What are you going to do? How are you going to start building your personal brand so that you're set, so that you know that you're going to be okay no matter what, because you've taken the time to intentionally create your personal brand and to show up no matter what happens to your business, whether it grows so big you can sell it and you need to find something new, Whether you want that promotion, whether you want that new job, whether you want to launch your own business or create that side hustle, what's the thing you can do to start really taking deliberate control of your personal brand? It starts with a platform. Pick a platform. Pick one. Take those steps. And I cannot wait to see what you're going to do. Like I said, this is my platform. I love it. I love interviewing people. I love learning about people. And I can't wait to bring you some of the amazing business owners and introduce you to them, some of the amazing business owners that I've met so far and some of the employees that I'm interviewing. People are fascinating and everyone has a story and everyone has advice that they can share that could help you. So thank you for joining us today. And remember, at KendraLosee.com, you can find business visibility and coaching. And you can also find my upcoming Invisible to Invincible lab that starts in January. And it is around mindset and marketing. And it's designed to bring clarity, confidence, and consistency to how you and your business show up. It's filled with those things that you didn't know you needed to know. And hey, I'm a former marketing and social media professor. It's going to be awesome. But we are all about passionately driven, high-achieving entrepreneurs guiding you to success in both business and life, because it's never too late to make your business and career work for you, not the other way around. Until next time, I'm Kendra Losee.